And so I thought, yes, women needs to be loud, needs to speak up, needs to say to the world that we are not over the hill. And so I thought we are crunchy after a certain age. We yes, we are lively and strong and
Welcome to Zestful Aging, where I speak with fascinating people from all over the world, from every walk of life, who will inspire you to live with zest. I'm your host, Nicole Christina, and my mission is to bring you optimism about aging and help you make full use of the new opportunities that only come at this stage of life. To find out more about the podcast, hop on over to zestfulaging.com. And while you're there, sign up for my weekly email newsletter, The Insider, where you will get fun and quirky tidbits about the show and my exploits, including when I went python hunting in Florida and my participation in the National Senior Games. And if you love the podcast, I'd be grateful if you shared it with your friends. Our music is courtesy of Judy Banker, who was a previous guest on the show. Find out more at judybanker.com. And our technical director is Stephen Litweiler.
Hey, Zesties. Hey, check out my brand new YouTube channel. I'm sharing Zestful Aging longevity tips, usually while hiking with my dogs. But I'm also sharing about the upcoming guest, the one that's coming up the Saturday following. And I get to tell you some inside stuff about them and what you're going to enjoy about their interview. So come on over, check it out. It's under Zestful Aging on YouTube, and I look forward to seeing you there.
Well, we have a special treat for you today. Here's a question to start us off. When was the last time you were playful, and how did that feel? Well, today we are going to speak with the woman I call the Queen of Playful Aging. Who else would wear a big gold necklace with the word old in large gold letters? Michela Carlo is a lifestyle journalist and a late bloomers advocate. She's the founder and chief editor of the popular digital illustrated magazine Crunchy Tales. She's dedicated to bright women over 40. She believes that playful women don't get old. And when she's in Rome, she presents a live radio show called The Beauty of Aging. And her motto is, midlife women are crunchy, not frumpy. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you. Yes, we are crunchy. Absolutely. Yes.
And I know you have been asked this a million times, but talk to me about the word crunchy.
Well, you know what? Yeah, crunchy means crispy, right? But it's also something that reminds us of, something that makes a sharp noise. And so I thought, yes, women needs to be loud, needs to speak up, needs to say to the world that we are not over the hill. And so I thought we are crunchy after a certain age. We yes, we are lively and strong, and we take stock of our life. But then probably we are able to embrace a more authentic path, and so we're probably more passionate about life. And I wanted to challenge those stereotypes, regarding midlife. Unfortunately, our society thinks that women over 50 has passed their prime, but it's not like that. So.
Were you always crunchy, Michela?
Well, you know what? I think that probably I've been always, lively and energetic. And but I think that I became my true self only when I turned 40, probably. Yeah, because I don't know if that happened to you too, but Nicole, there is a time when you are tired of what people think. There is a time when you feel that it's about time to embrace yourself, your true self. And so I thought, okay, I've been a lifestyle journalist for so long. Maybe I need something new. Let's move to the UK. At the age of 45,
Ah.
I started to be a content producer for an English TV, ITV. And while living there, yes, I realized that the age bride wasn't just a buzzword. And so I started to to investigate, to look around. And then I thought, oh wow, but I probably have enough experience. Probably it's time to launch my own magazine. And
Mhm.
so I decided to delve deeply into this subject. And so I launched the first ever solely illustrated lifestyle magazine for
Mhm.
women over 40 and counting, who prefer aging playfully rather than gracefully.
Mhm.
I thought, why not create a virtual playground, a break from the usual routine, a space where women can feed their minds, but also find new inspirations, while, of course, enjoying a colorful gallery. So we want to, we want to redefine the way people think and experience midlife in a more positive way, with the
Mhm.
help of punchy content, bold illustrations.
Mhm.
Yeah, we are
Yes.
not over the hill,
No,
crunchy
that
means crispy, but also something that makes a sharp noise. And we want to encourage women in their middle age to speak up. Yes, say it loud. We are not over the hill. We are crunchy, not frumpy. Definitely. Yes.
So, one thing we've talked about is this a bit of a balance or a tension. You have a magazine, and, women are also interested in things that may feel like it's buying more into the narrative. How we look is most important. And how do you balance that, because you're obviously very much against ageist thought,
Oh, yes.
but you have a magazine,
Yes.
and people want to know what kind of, concealer, what kind of,
Mm,
what do we do about hair dye,
yeah.
and I'm guessing you don't want to be judgmental and say, you shouldn't do this. That's buying into the narrative. How do you balance those? It seems to me very tricky.
Well, I think that, of course, women over 50, don't stop to look after themselves. So I mean, aging is a natural process, but everyone ages in a different way. So I mean, if you want to stay positive, if you want to look after yourself, your health. I mean, of course, you need to look after yourself. So, I mean, basically, some of our articles has to cover well-being and style and
Mm,
other subjects like that, because it's not that just because you are aging you stop to
you want
dress
to look
up
pretty.
and go to the hairdresser. I mean, all you want to do is basically look the best you can considering your age. That doesn't mean that you should look 20 years younger than your actually age.
Mhm.
But well, why not if you want to look better? But so I mean, our magazine is a mix and match of, lifestyle content. And sometimes we talk about career, sometimes we talk about mindset, a bit of psychology, and also, well-being. So I think that all of these subjects are still very, very important, in
Mm,
our 60s, 70s, 50s. For instance, career. Okay, maybe you are now in your 60s and you think that you're done. No, you're not done yet. Maybe you can find a new passion. Maybe you can launch a new project. And so that's why we want to inspire these people, these
mm,
women. I
mm.
mean, it's never too old. You're never too old to launch something, different, or maybe to embrace the woman you should have been.
Ah, yeah, finally get to speak up,
Mm,
after many years of taking care and certainly putting other people's needs first.
yeah,
That's a
absolutely.
fairly common, right, experience for older women?
Yeah. But, yeah, I think that now you have all this time. So what do you want to do with this free time?
Mhm.
So why don't you make it the best of your second or third chapter in life? And so what we basically do is just to give to these women some ideas, some inspirations. So, well, basically, I think that we should break free from the stereotypical idea of what women of a certain age are supposed to look like.
I see.
I mean, everyone age as they want, as they wish. I mean, there are women who likes to still look gorgeous, and they are look gorgeous, and other women they're more focused on nourishing their mind, or both of them. I mean, there is no one size fit all. That's the
Mm.
problem of our society. We think that after a certain age we are all the same. That's not true.
Mhm. Hi, everyone. Have you listened to my interviews with Dr. Bill Rawls? He's been on the show twice, and after I read his book on cellular health and learned about his high standards for quality control, I was sold. I placed an order for Vital Plant supplements immediately. And I encourage you to learn about his work by hopping over to vitalplan.com. If you enter Zestful15, they will give you 15% off your first order. I'm excited for you to try these products. I think you're going to be very impressed. Now back to the show. So you have a radio show in Rome,
Ah, yes.
The
Yes.
Beauty of Aging. Talk a little bit about what that's like.
Well, I'm very proud of this radio show actually because, I mean, I launched my magazine crunchytaste.com when, I was in the UK. So it was mostly meant for an international, audience.
Mhm.
But then I thought, I'm Italian. I mean, how can I reach, Italian? How can I reach Italian readers? How can I keep working on my mission? So the first idea was, okay, maybe we can translate crunchytaste.com in Italian too. But then I thought, no, I mean, that's a big effort. That means having another editorial team, an extra budget. I said, no. So at first I started, to organize these talks, these panel discussions in England and then in Rome. And after that, I thought we need to keep talking about these subjects. So why not a radio show? So there are several podcasts in Italy talking about midlife, but
Mm.
the beauty of aging is the first of its kind in FM and digital. So, I mean, basically, we are the first one talking about these topics. And so every Saturday I go live for 2 hours,
Oh.
and interviewing women from different backgrounds, asking them, what do they think about this stage of life, how they experience, this midlife,
Mhm.
and I'm so glad that most of the time, they don't think really done, and they are full of energies, full of ideas and interest, and so yes, it's my own little way to challenge ages.
You're a trailblazer.
Well, I don't know, but and just don't want people think that after a certain age, we are not as brilliant as we used to be.
Mhm.
Maybe
So are
we are more brilliant than we used to
mm,
be.
are these Italian women, or are these women from all over the world?
Well, no, they can be from all over the world as long as they speak Italian.
Ah, I see, okay. I
So, I
see.
mean, just because, yeah, I mean, this is an Italian radio, so
Yeah,
yeah,
I see.
basically, yeah.
And, in Rome, everyone knows the fashion standards of the Italians
Mm.
and the aesthetic. How is ageism thought about in Rome? Is it different than maybe the States or UK? Are there more pressures to maintain a
So, so I think that, for instance, in England, there are more policies, the when we talk about inclusion and diversity, we really mean, inclusion and diversity. And thanks God that there are mm, several policies that probably prevent, let's say, that
Mm,
ageism. That doesn't mean that it's not happening, but at least you know that you have better chances. That there are women in their 60s that, if they want, they can keep, they can keep getting involved in the society, volunteering, or even having a part-time jobs, or there are several opportunities. In Italy, probably because we are so into fashion and beauty, probably when we start aging, they might look at you in a different way.
mm,
But still, even if there aren't particular policies, I think that you can make a difference. I mean, when I mean you, I mean, it depends on the way you embrace your age. I mean, there are a lot of women who are still very beautiful and lively in their 60s, and but because probably they spend a lot of time, going out, enjoying, an aperitivo or an ice cream. Because probably of the good weather, they don't stay at home all the time,
mm,
so that's very good for their mental well-being,
mhm,
so plus they're usually very involved in cultures and other things, so they keep nourishing their mind, their soul. Well, they look after themselves very well. I mean, so in the end, they are still very flirtatious, so they still have an appetite for life.
mhm,
And so, but yes, of course, after a certain age, like everywhere in the world, probably you feel becoming a bit invisible, but it's up to us not to allow that.
mhm, mm. And is your radio show, well received? Are people
Oh
enjoying?
yes, you know
Yeah.
what? You know what? Probably because in Italy, it's still, I don't know, new topic. I don't know, but a lot of women, a lot of listener are so nice because they send kind messages saying that they're grateful that
Mhm,
now there is a radio show talking about these subjects. But I always, the way I present. It's always very very fun, very,
Mhm.
so I try to make a lot of jokes, and
Like,
I tease even the engineer of sound, and the one who is working in the backstage, and because he's a baby boomer, so sometimes I play some jokes with him. So you're a baby boomer, I'm a Gen X, and so Gen Xer. So no, it's I have to say that 2 hours full of jokes and good music, of course, very good music, and not necessary only 70s or 80s hits. It's
mhm.
a mix and match, but I have to say that I'm glad that I'm trying, slowly but surely, I'm shaking the old things up.
You're making your mark.
Oh, well, I don't know, but yeah, I think we still need to work on this subject. I mean, we still need, to fight hard against aging, Manikov, because when people hear that you are 50 or 60, they don't even know you, but they take it for granted that you are like that, or you do these things. Women over 50, they're not playing cards, and sit at home all the time. They're not desperate housewives. I mean, actually, in midlife, a lot of women decided to change partners, change country, change work, uh, you know, travel alone all around the world. So I think that
Mm.
this is an interesting phase of life, where
Mhm.
everything is possible. So, I mean, we just need a bit of, I don't know, we need to be a bit brave, but I think it's important. It's important.
One of the themes of your work is playfulness. I talked in the intro about this incredible necklace that you wear,
Ah,
and it is not subtle. I mean, these are really big letters and
yes.
sort of announcing yourself as, you're here to play, you're here to be irreverent, you're here to be sassy. And I'm wondering what you do besides work, which sounds like you have a lot of fun. What do you do that's playful?
Oh, well, I would say from pasta and ice cream, but not really. You know what? I think that when I used to live in the UK, I'm still living in between the two countries. But I realized that I was missing the good weather. So probably the good weather that you might have in Rome, almost the all year round, and it's good for help your endorphin. So I mean, it's not just the good weather. It's playing sports,
Mhm.
basically, eat well, and read a lot. So
Mhm.
that's probably even, I don't know, my personality. I don't know, but yeah, that necklace. Regarding that necklace, a lot of people noticed that. But I was tired of all this celebration about youth. I thought that no, I want to celebrate getting old. So when I saw this necklace, I said that's mine. I mean, that has to be mine. Also, it's almost a rapper style necklace.
It is not subtle. It is so right big, like a billboard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But a lot of people ask me. I mean, but about it. But unfortunately, they don't sell it anymore.
Ah,
But that's so funny. Yes, yeah. I mean, it's a way to celebrate the age pride.
mhm, age pride. What kind of sports do you enjoy?
Well, I like tennis. I like
Mm.
swimming, and sometimes horse riding.
Ah,
But I mean, when I'm very busy, I mean, I just have times for a couple of hours at the local gym.
mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah.
Yes,
I think
yes,
it's important to play, a bit of some sports. It's important. And
yes, I totally agree. In fact, I think I mentioned to you I play in the national senior games here in the US, and people from all over, thousands of people over 50 come and play their sport, and it's such a joyful
mm,
environment.
mm,
Um, so for people who are just kind of realizing that they're in this new phase, maybe they have kids, the kids have launched, they're maybe wrapping up their career or anticipating the end of their career, maybe their marriage or partnership, is feeling stale, but they're not quite at the next phase.
mm,
They're sort
mm,
of like, oh, now what do I do?
mm.
What would you advise them as the first step in discovering their playful older self?
So I do believe that none of us has the right formula.
Mm,
So here at Crunchy Taste, we don't sell any particular serum to get rid of your wrinkles, or any particular coach sessions. We just want the way you are. We want you the way you are. So we don't want to change you. With that, we just hope to spark some ideas through our content and our illustrations. But basically, I think that sometimes having a more laid back approach to life, it's what encourage a positive attitude to midlife and beyond. I mean, yes, time is ticking, but I believe our soul doesn't grow old. In my opinion, in order to nurture our inner child, we constantly need to search for the beauty in and around us. That's
mm,
very important. Sometimes
mhm,
we miss those little things of our life. And when we start to realize what a beautiful world we live in, probably we start to believe that we are beautiful too.
mm,
And so when we start to believe in ourselves, that this is the time, this is the right time when we something happen, because we are more confident. We believe we can do it. We believe we can do anything. And so once we are a bit more confident, then also we are happy to explore new avenues. And but I would start, step by step, little step, because only little by little, I mean, step by step, you can grow in confidence. I
mhm.
mean, if, for instance, you always dream of traveling on your own, I don't ask you, to go on the other side of the world. Maybe just start exploring the surrounding, a city nearby where you live, and see how you can get organized, you can cope, see what you can do, and slowly, I mean, start maybe to go on the other coast, thinking of the USA, and then after maybe in another continent. I mean,
Mhm.
step by step. Or for instance, you always dream of I don't know, dancing, right? Because you never had the chance to dance as a professional. Okay. Probably the last time you used to have ballet classes was when you were in your 10th, probably, or you were a teenager.
Mhm.
So, I mean, start again. I mean, these days, that's great. I mean, these days there are lots of classes for mature people. So, I mean, never say never. I
Mhm.
mean, sometimes looking back at the girls we used to be, I mean, it's good because if you think about the things you loved the most when you were young, probably
Yes.
they're still there somewhere. It's only need to be watered. Do you understand what I said? Because
Yes.
sometimes we plant a seed several years ago. We all of us have a seed somewhere that we lost along the way. I mean, if we look back at when we were young, we probably will be able to find that seed, and that seed needs to be watered again. And so probably we can start again with a new purpose. I think it's important, I mean, I like those metaphors linked to gardening, like late bloomers, or yeah, or even repotting yourself. Have you ever heard of the importance of repotting yourself, like plants? I mean, it's important that to yeah
Bigger
to move,
pot.
to move in a new environment, new circumstances, in order to flourish again. If we still are in our little pot, in our little corner, we become stagnant. How do you say? How do you pronounce it?
Um,
Stagnant.
I'm not sure. I
You
understand the
risk, you risk to have mold in your
shrivel.
food.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
No one wants to be a moldy little plant.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, we are not desperate housewives.
Yes.
I mean, through Crunchy Days, I've interviewed so many interesting women. Some enjoying riding motorbikes, others, have started to play the drums
Uh,
and or doing even lap dance. There are women who still go to rock concerts.
yeah.
And so, I mean, but that doesn't mean that you are obsessed with stay young at all cost. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think that having fun has an expiring date.
Right, right, right. Oh, that's very well, just those metaphors are fun.
Mm,
And your magazine really is unusual. It just has a different vibe, just with which is it's not animation. It's all drawing,
mm,
right?
mm.
Graphic.
Yeah, yeah.
And it just has a very energetic style, and it's really fun. So I would recommend that to everyone to check out crunchytales.com. It's a pleasure to speak with you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much for sharing your playfulness with us.
Oh, thank you, Nicole. It was lovely to talk to you. And I hope that all of your listener, we realize that, we are not just baking and playing golf, we are much more than this. And it's important, to embrace our true self once and for all. And yeah, I mean,
Yes, and give our gifts to the world.
yeah, we can still have fun in life.
Thank you so much for joining us on Zestful Aging. If you like the podcast, please share it with some of your friends. If you think decluttering could help you feel better and you could use a little assistance with that, check out the online course I've developed with professional organizer and designer Carrie Luderin. It's called Too Much Stuff. And Too Much Stuff is different from other courses or articles or guidance you may have used up. We give you clear steps to deal with the clutter and the tools to help you face the overwhelming feelings and the emotions that come up when we're going through our clutter. And a lot of those emotions are just feeling anxious or guilty or just basically flooded with a lot of different confusing feelings. The course is really practical, it's realistic, the lessons are short and punchy, and they're really manageable. We're not trying to set you up for some long exploratory, super in-depth, burdensome experience. We want something really helpful for you right now. We all need help with our anxiety, so being surrounded by more calm and less chaos can really help. So now's a good time to clear out the clutter so we can focus on what's really important in our lives. So find out more at zestfulaging.com. You'll see more about this under the web courses tab. If you have any questions, just shoot me an email at zestfulaging@gmail.com. Thanks so much. And stay tuned next week for another interview with a fascinating and inspiring guest.